two men kissing exactly on Raw. I don't, just the idea exactly gives McMahon the way that we're talking about it to create some sort of buzz.
Listen. This is, somebody in the chat room, Codebreaker, said this is PG. This is WWE PG. Maybe right here. Maybe right. But you never know now. That PG thing, man. 1 week, you can go from 1 week where a guy does like an armed robbery with a sledgehammer and breaks into somebody's house, destroys it, tears it down, and throws the guy through a glass window, and then the cops show up. And then you've got a PG rating, right? And then you've got a PG rating. So who knows? No, I think they do it. I think this is Vince McMahon. Okay, this is Vince McMahon, and these guys
has an ass club, the Kiss My Ass Club. So
these guys know. Vince knows. If Vince tells these two grown men to go out there and kiss in the middle of my ring, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to say no? Are you going to say okay? And Vince is going to say go home. You're fired. Right? What are you going to do? There's nothing. If Vince tells you you're going to go out there and kiss, and Vince is, you know how Vince's mind works. You know what he's thinking. This is great. This is awesome. I can do this. I am such a powerful, I own this company. I can do this. And he will. He'll do it next week. I bet.
It wouldn't surprise me for him to even cross even more over and go with the fact that Santina is really Santino, and they still got to kiss. It's like, I'm still, but you know what? The agreement is you still got to kiss. So Santina is now no longer Santina, and now he's Santino, and he's still got to go kiss. I mean, if they are going to end up doing it that way, I think that's probably what the direction it might end up.
And then you've got Santino that comes out week after week, and he's wiping his lips. You know what I mean? And that goes on for a couple of weeks. I mean, that's how they're going to play it off. I think so. But anyways, we had Great Khali. He gets the pin here, and we had the sixth pick of the night. That was CM Punk. You called that. We knew that. We knew that going in, that Punk was going to head over to SmackDown. And I believe there is a reason for it, and I want to bring it up right now to you. I want to see how you feel about this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where do I start? Right now, we have both titles are on Monday Night Raw, okay? We have Triple H and we have John Cena, both Raw talents. Both are not going to be traded tomorrow. No big names tomorrow. Like I said, just mid-carders and divas tomorrow. That's the way it works in the supplemental draft. So big name, no big names tomorrow, okay? So we have, but like I said, both champions on Raw, okay? And then we have a match at Backlash, okay? And we have Edge versus John Cena. This match is a last man standing match, okay? Last man standing. Remember that. That means that you beat each other until your opponent cannot get off the floor, cannot get back off the floor. CM Punk goes over. You see where I'm going with this? CM Punk goes over to SmackDown. This will make you Cena haters happy. I think Edge goes out there, okay, and he beats John Cena in a last man standing match. Last man standing, he beats John Cena. Edge is out, okay? Edge just barely gets to his feet, okay? Wins the title from John Cena. Everybody says, Edge won, da-da-da-da-da. Cue CM Punk's music, runs out, captures the title. Edge has already been in a last man standing match, hits the GTS, da-da-da-da-da, bang. CM Punk's your world champion, and you now have a world title over on the SmackDown brand. And SmackDown only needs to go 2 weeks before the Backlash pay-per-view without a title.
It's interesting. I mean, I can certainly see that happening. I mean, consider the fact that CM Punk, won the match, the Money in the Bank match 2 years in a row, and then why not screw the same person that he screwed the first time, which was Edge, and do it again on a pay-per-view platform. But what I think, just to add what you're saying is like I would kind of even twist it a little bit more. Maybe perhaps not have Edge win, but maybe Cena win. You know what I mean? So the perception is, Cena won, the title goes, still remains on Raw, and then, Cena is having so much difficult time getting up. CM Punk comes out.
You know, I think Cena's going to go back to Raw anyway, okay? So
right,
Cena doesn't need the title right now. He'll go back to Raw. He'll be thrown in the mix with Batista, Triple H, those guys. He doesn't need the title. So you would. It makes perfect sense for Edge to win the title and then CM Punk to come out, cash it in, and screw Edge over yet again the same way. Edge wins the title. He's all happy. He's got the title in there. Bang! CM Punk comes down, crashes it twice. 2 times, right? He won Money in the Bank. He won the Money in the Bank match twice, and he's going to screw Edge twice, and that's my prediction.
I mean, and it only makes sense. Exactly.
Or they could hold it off. I mean, a lot of people in the and that sets up an Edge versus CM Punk feud for the title.
And if they're going to do it, they're going to do it now. I don't think they're going to wait any longer. I mean, right now you have 2 titles, so if this is going to happen, it's going to happen, like, really soon. And it only makes sense to do it at the pay-per-view.
They've got to get a title over on SmackDown. The pay-per-view is only 2 weeks away. This makes the more we talk about it, it absolutely makes perfect sense that CM Punk comes out, cashes in, screws Edge for the second time, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then they go on. I see somebody in the chat, Ryan, what happened to Edge taking time off? You've got Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker right now that are both out. Well, Shawn's taking some time off right now. I haven't put this up on the website, but he's off for a few weeks here. The Undertaker worked last night, but Shawn is taking the time off now. When Shawn comes back, Taker will get the time off. When Taker comes back, Edge gets the time off. It kind of works like that, where they're not going to send all these big names out at one time. Each is going to get their own amount of time and then come back, and then another one will likely be taken off your weekly programs. But yeah, I mean that makes perfect sense. If not, they could do it at Judgment Day. A lot of people say Judgment Day. Yeah, it's in Chicago, the hometown of CM Punk. I know where you guys get that. There was an ESPN.com article with CM Punk earlier today where he said, I'd like to go to Judgment Day in my hometown of Chicago and win it there or cash it in there. I think in 2 weeks you've got to get a title immediately, ASAP, over on SmackDown, and you do an Edge versus CM Punk feud over on SmackDown with CM Punk being your champion, a guy that screwed Edge 2 years in a row with Money in the Bank.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I like that idea.
All right, good deal. So back to Raw. We got 10 minutes. Jeez. Time's flying. John Morrison versus Kofi Kingston. What'd you think of the match?
It was good. It felt kind of a little short. But again, I think the showcase that Kofi has and the style that he has, and I'm actually glad that he stayed on Raw. I mean, I know I picked him to go to SmackDown, but I was actually a lot more happy that he's actually still on Raw.
The only thing about it, the match was okay. The end, the draft pick was too predictable for me. Just because I knew that one of those guys was going to be drafted, and the Miz was the one. After the match, though, the Miz, what's his can't give you this one, guys. What's the finisher? What's his finisher?
I'm sure the chat room will let us know what it is.
Yeah. What is it? Is it a, I don't know. Somebody will let us know. But whatever. Miz
Snapshot or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, turned on his partner, John Morrison. I expect something with John Morrison. We'll talk about that in hour number 2. Also in hour number 2, giveaways, 2 SmackDown versus Raw games, 2009, 1 for Nintendo Wii, 1 for PlayStation 2. As always, got the live chat room. Lots of you guys in there tonight. It's crazy amounts of people. WZROnline.com /chat for that. 8 minutes. Tri-brand battle royal. What did you think of the match?
It's, typical Battle Royal. It's pretty good that they decided to put the Big Show in there as a Raw talent, Chris Jericho as a SmackDown talent. You have your big spots here and there with Henry and the Big Show, and then you have Edge, which Edge goes to Mark Henry. Hey, yeah, team up with me. Come on, let's go. And Mark Henry was like, yeah, right, you're freaking joking. And I, for 1 second there, I said to myself, well, maybe Big Show will end up winning. But then when I saw them, Henry and Big Show kind of tangle, I was actually kind of hoping Henry was going to win. I know when we were chatting online, you're like, nah, he ain't going to win. I'm like, I know. I'm just kind of hoping that ECW tries to get at least something out of this, but reality is they got nothing.
Hey, does Reality Check sound familiar?
Reality check. There you go.
Thanks to all the people in the chat room. Lots of you guys were right on that, man. I can't believe we didn't get that. Oh well. Shit happens today. Crap happens. My bad. Can't. Beep. What else? All right. So we got the match came down to Finley, Mark Henry, Big Show, and Edge was in there as well. Edge actually got the win for Team SmackDown. We got 2 more draft picks, number 8 and number 9, Kane and Chris Jericho. I said Chris Jericho. Kane, I believe you called.
No, actually I didn't. I think we talked about it, and it wouldn't surprise me if he ended up going over there. But I remember clearly that you stated that Chris Jericho was going to go over to SmackDown.
Yeah, to SmackDown. Actually, after we went off the air yesterday, I went to my inbox and I had an email from that former creative team